And we are live Sunday night with those guys. And Sunday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys.
What's good? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Nothing much.
How's it going? How's your leg?
The leg is doing his own thing today because I honestly was treating it a little bad because I went out to do some groceries today. You know, my sister took me out to get some groceries.
Yeah, that must have been an adventure.
Well, it would have been fine, but we had a little snag in the operation because someone broke the window on the truck.
Yeah, that sucks to come out to a vehicle and see something messed up. What's up, David? How are you?
Hey, David,
you're here first tonight. Hope all is well across the pond. Here comes Paul coming in. Have you got a chance to fly lately, David? By chance? Hey, what's up?
What's up, Paul?
Family.
What's up, man? How are you, Paul?
Well, I was out preparing for the skunk hunt.
Okay.
Last night at 10:10, I got 6 big skunks out there in my yard.
Get out of here.
You didn't have a trap set?
No, because the trapper doesn't work on the weekends.
Wow. So 6 sounds like an entire family.
Yes. Yep.
Mother, father, and 3 or 4 little ones.
You know what they need?
They usually roll like that. Phantom Hodges, how are you? Back from the trail over the weekend.
You know what they need? They need something that can deflect that spray that they have right back at them. They'll stop that shit.
Well, if they produce it, I don't think it bothers them too much. But I guess if a skunk sprayed another skunk, it would bother it. That's kind of like a double-edged sword there. So, Paul, if you're seeing this many skunk, you should start a skunk cam.
Oh, I got them on camera.
And start documenting them when they come through, and when a trapper come around, be like, "Yo, you need to be here during these times."
Well, there's a double-edged sword to that, and I'll tell you what.
I know you're paying through the nose for them.
Exactly, because I already paid the $160 for a service call, and he never caught any all this time. I'm getting towards the end of the service call. It only is good for 30 days. And if he starts trapping them left and right, which I would like to see him gone, I got to pay $60 a head.
Hey, JSK, you have to pay $60 a head?
For him to get rid of them?
Yep.
Now, hold on. You're paying him to come to a service there to come trap skunks. You're paying him for that.
Yep.
And then for every skunk that he catches, you have to pay $60 a head.
Right.
Man,
you know what that sounds like?
Get your ass a double-barrel shotgun and get to work.
But I'm in the city, but that's what I was working on. I got a pellet gun.
Okay, a pellet gun.
I got a pellet gun ready, but I'm getting 2 reports. One report is shoot him with a pellet gun, it works. I've got another report, if you don't kill him on the first shot, he'll spray all over the place.
Hey, at least he ain't spraying on you. How long can he spray?
Well, the thing of it is where they are is by my ramp going outside. He'll spray it all over there, and that lasts for days.
Will smell?
Yes.
No, but I'm saying, like, when if he's dying but not dead, how long can he spray?
Well, it just releases it. I guess they have it in a sack, and it squeezes. And like I say, I'm not a skunk expert, but it just
they do have it in a sack and can spray on demand. Unfortunately, you can scare them and they'll spray. They can spray purposely, And I believe if you kill them and don't get rid of them within a certain time,
What's up, Curtis?
that stuff starts seeking out.
Yep.
What's up, Curtis Dark? Water trap, drown them.
Yeah, I wish I could. Let me. I'll show you the quick video. Okay.
Go for it.
That's what I say, Curtis. What's up, Matt?
So you guys can see what I'm dealing with here.
Capture life. What's up, man? Stevie.
What's up, Stevie?
I'm gonna go full camera. Okay.
Up in that corner, I see 3 right there.
Yeah. See, that's what Paul could have been with the.
Listen, trust me. Once one of them see the other lay down flat, they'll be like, yo, something happened to Herbie. Let's go.
Let's get out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Now, Paul, you don't have a camera on the other side to see where they're going.
No, but here's that must have been the wrong one to watch.
All manual recordings.
Let's go to this one. Okay.
Yeah, there's 4 there. Now, yeah, it's a mother, father, and it looks like 3 babies.
Yeah.
No, it's a
family group.
It's 3 babies and a mother and father. Oh, they're just loving the fresh grass because when grass grows overnight, those fresh sprouts that come up, supposedly deer love it too.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 there right now.
That's your driveway.
Oh, and a 5th one. So okay, so check it out. There's mother, father, and there's more kids.
And that's your driveway, Paul.
Yep. Okay. And this is the ramp coming up to my deck room.
Stop right there. You see where the concrete meets the grass?
Yep.
I would have a laser set up. Anything that came from under them stairs right there would be blinded. Then one of them pen lasers. The thing of it is back and forth like this.
When he was here, I had him go and check underneath there. I think they've got a burrow out where that ramp meets the ground. But he looked under there and he said he didn't see anything
under there.
He didn't see anything under there.
What's up, Tim Jackson? How are you? Thank you very much for the super chat. Can't stay, but just wanted to say hello. Yes, we all are safe, and I hope everyone's safe on your end as well, Tim Jackson.
Oh, Paul, underneath the ramp is grass?
No.
It's concrete.
Dirt.
Hey, Curtis, I'm sending you an invite.
So they can.
You know what? There may be a burrow somewhere nearby because that's a whole family, and they usually don't keep the kids far from the hole.
You don't have.
There's no threat.
You don't have. They know they other side.
Right. Now that they know they scared Mia out of the way, she's not coming messing with them.
Oh, hell no, man. It starts to get dark and you couldn't drag her out of the house.
Look, Mia said, I'll hold it until daylight.
Yep. Exactly right.
I'll hold it until daylight, but I'm not going out there. Recovery One Drone, how are you, sir? Tim Jackson, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Very, very much appreciated. I think you're the all-time high so far. In fact, I'm sure of it. You're the all-time high.
Tim is the man. There's no doubt about it.
Yes, and he shares the same love on other channels as well.
Yes, he does.
I can't say that Tim is a man that plays favors here and goes to this stream there. Tim shows love wherever he goes, and we highly appreciate you, Tim Jackson. And I want to see some footage of your son trying to fly that bird, that tello, which would be great. Take care, Tim. Now, see, they hang animals when they bring the kids out. Nature tells them don't bring the kids too far from home. Okay. Now, even though there are no threats.
Hold on a second. Where'd that one go in the corner? He's right there.
He's going underneath the deck right there where it meets.
Yeah, that's what I saw. He stayed right in that hole.
Yeah.
And came right back up.
Right. At the end, do you see the two poles?
I'm watching them go to the end here, but I want to know if they turn the corner and go down your street, or do they go up on the deck?
Right. You need another camera on that angle, Paul.
This is my front porch here. They turn the corner and go along here. Then they go around the porch on the apartment, and because I caught a glimpse of them going between the bushes.
Okay.
So they're doing a damn route is what they're doing.
Right, and apparently they know where there's food. Apparently they know where there's food. If they're bringing their children out. They're multiplying on Paul. Capture Connection says, Paul, they done moved in and they're starting a tribe.
Oh, exactly.
Did you see? And you only see them after a certain time. I'm noticing the timestamps: 10:13, 10:08,
10:13,
11:33, 11:15, like that. So usually animals are pretty accurate to within a 2-hour time frame.
Well, you got to get one of those aluminum suits and the flamethrower. That way, if they spray you, you could just take the aluminum suit off and throw it away.
Right. Michael Blade, how are you, sir? We may have to rename this live stream Animal Kingdom, Paul Merriman. I'm starting to think that, man. I'm seriously starting to think that. Michael Blade, how are you? I see you're enjoying the fishing season, catching a lot of fish. Where are you, Michael Blade? What Providence country, I should say, because I take it you're, if I remember your Facebook pictures, it looks like you're either in Australia or Canada. Somewhere in Europe, maybe somewhere in that hemisphere, or in Canada. But I don't think with all that fishing, you're catching all them fish in Canada. Definitely. But I do know it's fishing season because now the game marshals are out here because people fish on the inlets because they know Rhode Island, see? Because they know, your own Providence. They know the gaming wardens know that the young fish come into the inlets during the night and rest, and then during the day they go out. So people line up with their boats to catch them going out. They're like reeling them out. I mean, even if you don't know how to fish, you're pulling something out of the water. But now with the gaming warden there, they have to be a certain size. If you're caught with anything under, I think it's 12 inches. If it's anything smaller than a foot, you're getting a hefty fine of about $2,000 to $3,000.
That's rough.
Yeah. So and the game warden's smart. The game warden's smart. He'll park his car at one end of the beach, and everyone will be like, "Yo, the game warden's sitting there," because they have tinted windows. The game warden's sitting there, and he'll be half a mile looking at him from another direction with binoculars. So that they do not play seriously.
You know what's funny?
What's up, Drone Worship?
Hey, what's up, man? You know, over at Calvert, they'll put their vehicle on one side where you can see it.
Yep.
And go the other way.
DL Fly, how are you, sir? I saw my reflection in a spoon once and realized it was extremely good looking. You were the spoon.
What's up, man?
I'm just messing with you. What's up, DL Fly? Haven't seen you in a while, but I have checked out a couple of videos. Newfound Drone Productions has been putting out stuff too. There's a lot of catch up I have to do. I have to play a lot of catch up as of lately.
No, I haven't been able to do anything.
So let me, I told Herman of this escapade that went on, but every Sunday morning, I try to go out flying with Justin, Drone Evolution. And you know how you're always trying to tweak your camera or tweak your drone for better video and stuff. So me being a manual person, I figured I have a GoPro 5. This guy was using GoPro 5 with a certain program, and it seemed to enhance his videos. Or so it seemed. And I should have realized this when I realized it. I never realized the guy never showed any footage. He just said, this is the setting I use. You put the GoPro, change it from GoPro color to GoPro flat. And if you're shooting in 4:3, okay, before you stretch it out to 16:9, you're shooting in 4:3 at 2.7K at 30 frames per second. I was like, okay, I know where he's going. You double the frame rate. So if I'm shooting 30 frames per second, I have to double the frame rate to 60, the shutter speed to 1/60th. Okay, that I had, but he says, no. Everyone thinks that you do it that way, but I turned mine all the way to 120. To make a long story short, I burned 8 packs today, 8 batteries today. and all my footage was a waste. You know what? You want to know why? Because I never cut on the camera to see how it looked. I just put the camera in my drone after changing the settings instead of looking at the back screen on the GoPro and seeing if those settings were bullshit or not. I started up my camera, went flying, hanging out with John. We hanging around talking junk. Justin's flying. Everybody's having a good time. People crashing, following, doing everything FPV people do.
Were you crashing?
I hit a tree. I hit the same tree 3 times because it's a low gap under it, and everyone there did the same thing. John, Jasper, I don't think Matt did, but Justin and I also hit the same tree. It's a small gap under it, but it has one branch sticking out, and the rest of the tree is here. So I power looped into the tree, and I said, okay. I landed right side up. I flew away, came back. I lined up again, hey, Joe Mac, went for a power loop into the tree again. I said, all right, I'm going to get this tree. Third time, I stood next to the tree with the tree on my left side, lined up between me and the tree, went up, went out straight, went up even higher, power looped into the top of the tree. I said, okay, tree, you win.
Hold on.
The tree won today.
Hold
on. No, it's got to
into the top of the tree or into the tree.
No, the very last one was the tip of the tree. I actually went out further than I wanted, and I ascended further longer than I did the first 2 times, saying this would have to clear the tree. What happened was when the drone went up and did a flip like this backwards, instead of moving with forward motion, I threw myself back too far and I clipped the top of the tree. But the tree.
When did you hit the tree the first 2 times?
On the lower branch. On the lower branch that was sticking out. The first 2 were too low, and the last one wasn't high enough.
All he's doing that moving.
But I didn't break anything on the drone.
What's that saying? If you keep repeating a mistake over and over again, it becomes less of a mistake.
Listen, I tried 3 times and the tree won. Drone Worship says, how's your FPV training going, Paul?
FPV? No way.
Paul thinks it.
Because I listened to Lawrence, and no way.
Listen, it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve.
No. It's fly, learn, fix. Fly, learn, fix. Fly, learn, fix.
No, you are absolutely right, Lawrence. It is a learning curve.
Fly says one day, Paul, you'll be FPV. What's that, Herman?
It is a learning curve. It's just like
Kyla, can you bring
anything else that you pick up and you go with, you run with, you want to try, you want to get into, you want to learn. It's all about that. But I just ain't ready to try.
Thank you. I'll have to refresh. Yeah, agreed.
I'm good.
Hey, Paul, I agree with you. I'm gonna make that happen. I'm gonna make that happen, definitely. But let me tell you, you learn from each mistake. Now, the first mistake was I realized I was going too slow. So when you do a power dive under something, you have to go under and then raise up like this, throttle, to flip yourself up over the object so you can line up behind it and come through again to do the same thing, to do a pass or to do the same thing. The first time I went up, hit the bottom branch. That wasn't high enough. Second time I said, and I wasn't going fast enough. The second time I said, I'm going to fly through here fast. And when I pulled up into the tree and hit the branch. The last time I drove all the way past and then went up and I clipped the tip of the tree. But nothing was wrong with the drone. I just picked the drone up and flew again. But it was a little discouraging. And I did look at the tree and say, you won today. The tree did win.
Okay, well, let me...
What's up, Mortis? How are you, sir?
The title of the show, not if Lawrence is the pilot.
Okay, now getting back to that, the reason that I titled the stream, "Would You Fly in a Passenger Drone?" is because they're starting to come out with several prototypes. Everyone's coming out with them. Tesla, Ehang has them over in Dubai.
Well, no, Ehang actually has something, I believe, going on right in very old Canada, if I'm not mistaken. Getting ready to come out with something. No, and they also have, they got the go ahead to start production on trying to get that going in China.
Well, it's funny you mention that,
Yeah.
because I do have a story. DDC, Drone Delivery Canada, for you Canadians.
Just for them?
Yes, I have it also, Paul. I'm going to do that definitely for the weeks. I appreciate it. That is actually a great idea, Paul. Drone Delivery Canada, which is in Canada, of course. You remember we did a story on them. They were merging with some medic company to help deliver pharmaceutical drugs and stuff like that. Well, Drone Delivery Canada is coming to America. And they even made a joke about saying, FYI, not an Eddie Murphy sequel. in the article. I'll put the article in and you guys can read the bulk of it. But it goes to say, this week, Drone Delivery Canada launched its first steps to soar into the U.S. market. And what they mean by soar into the U.S. market, they're starting to expand their horizons. And they're doing so well in Canada. The next closest country is the United States. And if the United States, right now in Canada, they fly their drones beyond visual line of sight. The United States right now has not passed a law for you to fly beyond visual line of sight. So they're willing to come and fly drones within visual line of sight just to show it works either way.
On the part, was that 135?
Yes.
Allowed as a courier to be able to fly beyond the line of sight.
Right. But right now, there are no laws to fly beyond the visual line of sight in the United States.
Well,
so you figure if Drone Delivery Canada figures if we come to the United States and start making little local deliveries, when they do pass that law, we're already established in Canada and we're trying to expand our horizon to the United States. And in which case, if this does work here in the United States, they're thinking about going over to Europe as well. But you can read the story in detail at that particular link that I put in the chat. Interesting story. Hey, what's up, Roger? How are you?
Roger.
So now, if you click on that link.
Thank you. Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks. Yes, thank you. We appreciate you. Now, if you click on this link, I click on this link here. This is what their drone looks like right here. Unfortunately, it won't let me blow up the picture of it. But this is their #1 drone. Okay, now supposedly someplace where,
in Canada?
Well, yeah. Supposedly, if these guys get their arms in the drone game in the United States, they believe they're going to put a hurting on a lot of companies that are trying to already get bids, because they already have the drones built and the design, and they can fly beyond the visual line of sight as well as within the line of visual sight.
Well, see, here's the thing. None of that actually means anything, because they got to the FAA has got to figure out what kind of operations are they running, just like everybody else, and how do you fit into standard.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And just like UPS and everybody else, they're going to be a courier service. You're flying beyond the line of sight. It's not about how much experience you have at it. Everybody knew from last year at the symposium that to do drone delivery, you were responsible for coming up with the aircraft that had to be airworthy. That means you had to fit the criteria of some part or whatever that the FAA had. So with that being the case,
Metro Drones, thank you very much for super chat.
They may have a proven system, but everybody's system has to be proven.
Yeah.
You know, just like
this is what they're saying.
We were talking with Deuce Drones last week. Not to cut you off, we were talking about Deuce Drones last week.
Yeah.
How they got the contract for a demonstration
Hey, Brent.
that they had to come up with for Buffalo Wild Wing, a whole packaging system, charging,
Delivery.
and the whole method of the delivery and everything.
Yeah.
As part of it, because that's who's responsible for it.
Right.
It's just like, when you call like I think it's like one of those Uber Eats and all that other stuff like that.
Uber Eats, Grubhub.
Yeah, when those people deliver your food, those are the people who you got to deal with for any problems with your order coming back to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, and the other thing too is that Gary at Brand Aerials made an interesting comment. In Canada, they're talking about 500 feet for those flying.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to put an altitude above what hobbyists.
Above hobbyists. Well, that would make sense because there's already a 200-foot buffer between pilots, the 400 to 600-foot buffer, which a lot of people don't know. But the only time an aircraft is supposed to be transitioning between that is on landing and takeoff.
Right.
Helicopter.
Now, if you live in New York City, that's a damn lie.
Yeah.
Because they fly over you at 100 feet, 10 stories. They don't care. They really don't. They're like when the police. Huh?
No, I was thinking about that. Even the seaplanes coming down the East River.
Dude, Paul, I'm going to show you. I'm going to pull up a picture of the bridge, right? The East River, the bridge that we were flying this night. Now, they have a seaplane port across the water from us. Now, we have to constantly visually have hey, Roger, have a spotter to see when seaplanes are coming in, but not just when they're coming in, when they take off. Because this bridge that I'm going to show you, where we fly from, literally the plane took off and went under the bridge and came around and then flew between the two spires of the bridge and was out.
Wow.
And we were like, because when we hear the seaplane powering up the engines, everyone's like, seaplane. Everyone comes close to land because we give them the right of way, which we're supposed to do, hobbyist or non-hob or professional. And we sit back and we watch this plane take off. And like, oh shit, he's lower than the bridge. He's lower. Oh, he's going under the bridge. He went under the bridge. So then he has to make a loop over the Brooklyn Navy Yard to come back through the two spires of the bridge. I'm going to see right now if I could find footage.
Williamsburg?
The seaplane had one time. We were at Grand Ferry, Herman. We were at Grand Ferry. That bridge right there.
All the way down there like that?
Listen.
I can understand uptown by the UN because
they got plenty of room.
Right, no, because they land right there.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm wrong. That's where it was. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I have seaports. There's no seaport that low by Grand Ferry. Across from Grand Ferry are Stuyvesant houses and stuff. It is the exact area where you're talking about.
Yeah, that's kind of scary over there because you don't know whether to go up. You don't go out.
Right.
You don't, because they're coming right at you, Paul.
Yeah.
It's
water.
Pier 15. That seaport is Pier 15, where they go in and they land and take off from.
Well, those will be those same spots where if you have any kind of, if that ever comes to fruition with these drone taxi and stuff like
What's that bridge? What's that bridge there?
What
that's the
Williamsburg? No, you're talking about what's that? I still call it the 59th Street Bridge.
That's what it is. It's an Ed Koch Bridge.
Yeah.
59th Street.
Yeah, they just naming stuff for people, boy. I tell you.
Well, look at Como. He got his father got a bridge named.
Well, they're naming streets after people too. I'm like, there's a few streets around.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
That have these names. I'm like, who are these people? I'm gonna see if I can get one for me. What do you think, Paul?
Well, I fly around the bridge all the time, but I even with my drone, unless I absolutely have to, I won't fly underneath the bridge.
Mhm.
That's why I position myself. If it's an upbound ship, I catch it north of the bridge. If it's a downbound ship, I position myself on the south side of the bridge.
Well, I've never had much of a problem with flying under the bridge, except for before the first time I did it. I don't know why, but you look at the bridge and you say to yourself, "Can I make it under there?" Well, dude, that boat just came through there.
Yeah.
Why can't you make it through there?
This is true. That's true. You have a valid point there.
But, yeah, but I always thought that would be better than going over the bridge.
Going under the bridge is definitely better than going over the bridge, for sure. Yeah, where you say that heliport is, it's south of that seaport is south of the UN, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I got it. I got the spot.
I got the
spot. So,
Lawrence,
yeah.
Rigor Mortis has a suggestion for you with the bridge.
What happened? Hold on, where did he say? So many seaplanes here to fly low. I fly high. Somebody seems to give a crap. No, believe it or not,
Rigor Mortis said power loop the bridge.
Then I'd hit the bridge. I'm still learning how to power loop, man. I got to get a little better, man. I get a little better.
You know, Herman, right? Bridge, tree, bridge. I mean,
yeah, but if he hits the tree,
I hit the tree. I chop a few branches and I fall down, or I could rescue it. I hit the bridge, it's crunch, break a few props, and fall to whatever metal or concrete it's going to hit below. If not, going splash.
This is where it's going. Scoosh.
You just put a little drone life jacket on it, you know?
If it were that easy.
Then what? Instead of props on bird.
Well, Lawrence, didn't you tell me that that you were an Olympic swimming champion at one time? You just swim out there and get it, you know?
I know damn well I ain't tell you that. I can't swim, so I know I didn't say that.
You're Hadley said, Lawrence.
What?
I'll do it for you.
What? Hold on. Hadley's in here. What's up? What's up, dude? Hadley's famous. Let me scroll. I would power loop the bridge for you with your cam. No, see, I trust you could power loop the bridge. The problem is, we know that's illegal.
And Lawrence would be standing on the shore. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it.
Power looping the bridge is illegal?
Huh? What's that?
Power looping the bridge is illegal?
Yeah. Yeah, especially at
it falls under that.
Especially at 50 to 70 miles an hour.
It falls under that infrastructure thing, you know?
Infrastructure.
Yes.
Okay.
Rigor Mortis says Hadley is hydro exit up. Now see, it's funny you mention that, but you told me not to show nobody that website, so I haven't. But the hydro X drone is a waterproof drone. You hit the water, it'll take off right out of the water. Totally waterproof racing drone. They have racing drone cases.
Okay.
Yeah, Hadley has put me on to a new world.
You know what you can do it with, Lawrence.
There you go, Lawrence.
How you know what you can do it with? Provided you don't cartwheel into the water.
Mistake number one is the drone being waterproof would be perfect because then you can recover the drone. But unless you're out there with a boat to recover it, it's probably going to drift out to sea in a day or two, depending on which way the tide's going.
But you said you could take off from in the water.
Yes, on certain ones. I don't know about the racing drone one. Hadley would have to confirm that. But they do have one that you can land in the water and take off in the water with it.
Yeah, but if you hit the bridge and bust a prop, land in the water,
break a leg.
Yeah, you can't.
That water go.
But you have propulsion. You still got propulsion.
You go around in circles. Look at me.
Right, because that's what a drone does.
Going down the drink.
Some little old lady on the shore be going, what's that thing spinning out there in the water?
I told you they had turbines in the water.
That's just Lawrence
That's how we
playing.
get our electricity.
Lawrence is out there playing.
Yeah, see, Hadley says they'll even Hydro-X is completely water and land takeoff capable. It'll even flip over in the water. So, yeah, I was looking. He showed me that particular site, and I think it's quite interesting. But here I have a list of 12 passenger drones and taxi drones, supposedly updated for 2020. Somehow, this potential targeting price of most of this stuff is starting at and or give or take a few $100,000.
What?
Within the price of 200,000.
Or what?
On 12 passenger drones. There's this list here. Let me copy it.
Passenger? 12 passenger?
Their
top list of 12 passenger drones and drone taxis.
No, they're not carrying 12 passengers.
Yeah, they want 12.
No. It's actually 12. Right. So, it's actually 12 drones.
And so Lawrence is very interested in that because he's going to start drone bus.
DCL is number one for one drone bus. Hell to the no. I keep my feet on the ground. DCL is supposed to be number one. We all knew about this one, right? This is that single FPV racing drone.
The guy sitting in it, yeah.
Right, but the guy sitting in it. The next one's supposed to be this Workhorse Surefly. I'll put the link in so you can check them out. But they have videos on all of these. Of course, the EHang one that they're still testing out in Dubai. But they do have a 4-passenger one. This particular one seems to be a 2-passenger.
We got to go in China, man.
Now, Boeing. A lot of people know Boeing. Boeing's been in the aircraft game for a while. Okay. And I failed to see why this little antenna here almost looked like a little mini missile, but I know it's an antenna. But these are all different types of passenger. Kitty Hawk Flyer. Here you go, Paul.
And the interesting one on the Boeing one is, it looks to me like it's got motors to keep it aloft and a rear motor to propel it through the air.
Yes. And the wings will give it glide capability. So if it loses speed, now this one just looks like if a prop stops, it's falling. I'm sorry to tell you, but number 6, here's another Kitty Hawk style VTOL vertical takeoff. Yes. And this is the egg beater, I call it. We saw this, right? Volocopters. That's number 7. But this is 2X, which makes me wonder what happened to 2. Uber. This is Uber's. I was interested in seeing this one. I did see this one. I don't like the fact that Uber is trying to buy up all the airspace around Manhattan now for this exact reason. Because they want to be the first ones to fly you from Manhattan Pier to Kennedy Airport and get you there in 10, 15 minutes. Faster than it takes for a helicopter. And remember, Airbus, Herman, innovation.
When are they going to have that product out?
So which one? The Uber?
Right now, there's a lot of people ahead of them.
Yes, there is. There's a lot of people ahead of them, but they're going to probably play dirty. And here's the link.
EHang already has.
Hey, Geek Savannah's here.
A 4-passenger. Hey, Sean, there's an invite if you ever want to come in.
We already have a thing right now with China.
There's the link, guys, right there in the chat. So if you want to see the individual videos. Yeah, EHang is going to make a killing because they're already producing them. It's just a matter of a law thing. And I did find out, I think Hadley was telling me this, that the police bikes that are over there, they were testing them, but they've had a lot of severe accidents. Because if you remember, the police bikes have those giant props under it, and a lot of people are getting hurt up on those police hover bikes. So I'm going to see if I can find some information on that.
Tape up your ankles.
Well, those police bikes with the props down low, that'd be hell of a crowd control, wouldn't it?
Yeah, right. You're right. Hold on. Let me see if I could find that police bike in case you guys don't know what it is. But that page, that link right there I just put it in because I'd like to know, would you guys fly in some of that stuff or maybe not? The VTOL, the one with the 6 wings or the 12 wings, the 12 props to take off, I would get in that.
Sean says that EHang is opening a drone hotel in China with their passenger drones, etc.
I'm telling you, they already got the go-ahead in China to go ahead with this.
Yeah.
Now, this is the only problem I have with that. And this is the problem I have with all of them. Check out the capacity on the weight that they can carry.
2 90-pound women, right?
Well, let's just say.
If you know when you go to the airline and they tell you how heavy your bag has to be, but they tell you can have, what, 3 or 4 bags that you can check them?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not worried about the amount of weight that this plane is going to carry. They're just worried about the amount of weight that the baggage guys got to move.
True. That's
so
true.
now when you get on one of these things, going to the airport,
here it is.
Keep in mind,
go ahead, Herman.
You got you, your friend that you're traveling with, and your bags going to that airport.
Now think about this.
And if you got one of those women that got a pair of shoes for every outfit, listen, I'm gonna get a cab and I'll meet you there. I'm gonna leave early.
Excuse me a second. I gotta step away for a second.
Okay.
Leaving? Don't go. But yeah, Paul, you gotta take that into consideration. I've never heard any of them talk about their big heavy lifting.
Yeah. Yep. So it really is interesting that the technology is going to continue, but it's just in which direction, because right now it's up to the supervising governmental agency around the world to what they're going to allow and what they're not going to allow.
Yeah, true.
You know, because those guys can come up with the next a personal SpaceX aircraft, a rocket, take it up, but unless you get approval, it ain't going to happen, you know?
Right, and that's what I was saying. You know, Transport Canada, I mean, yeah, you got something going already. Everybody's got something going. You know, a lot of people's got something going. And everybody is still trying to get approved. You know, there's only been a few people who have been able to get that approval and get it going.
Rigor Mortis says, I think we'll see bicopter type things like I saw in Avatar soonish. You know what? I believe so on certain military stuff, but no, I don't think for passenger. They have to have a redundancy system. That's why if you notice, most passenger drones have 2 sets of props, one up and one down. So if one motor was to fail, or one set of motors were to fail, they still have all of those. I love how I post unlisted video for the stream only, and it gets a thumbs down from in here.
What?
No, Hadley says, I love how I post unlisted video for the stream, and it gets a thumbs down in here. You know what, Hadley? For that person to come and make that effort to give us a thumbs down, kudos to them, because they make it a personal effort to come to our live stream my live stream every week and do this. So I don't mind.
How you doing, Tom?
What's up, Tom? How are you? Lens capture. Hope all is well. Hope you guys are getting in some good flying here in New York.
I can't fly.
Well, yeah, you can't fly. You can barely stand.
Oh, so now
Herman, hey, Paul.
Yeah.
Herman is terrorizing them in BJ's, man.
Oh, is he?
With the little cart. Hey, get out the way. Move. Back. Coming through. I'm talking to him on the phone. He said, yo, I could whip this thing through here. His sister, he said something to his sister, and he said, I'll go around the other way. I think it was just to go scare other people in the store.
You can whip around in there with the little electric joint.
Well, Herman, have you picked out which cart is the faster of them all yet?
No, I don't go to that, though.
It could be, Metro. Maybe they hit the wrong button. the fact that you can work is even better, you know? So working too much, unfortunately.
Well, Tom, you can come over here with it and put your ankle in this thing and let me get your ankle and go out there and do something. If it's all right with you.
Herman would rather be out working than sitting around.
This is true.
Well, you know, did Herman, Lawrence said something last week. Wasn't it last week, Lawrence? You said that you were going to come over and get Herman and take all his equipment for him, load it all up, take him out so he could fly?
No. I'm like, where's he going with this? Where is he going with this? Let me see. Where's he? Where's Paul going? I should have known. Paul, you should have been a hypnotist. You know.
Man.
You would have to. That's why you don't see the drones on the shelf, because to get them from one room to another would be
a lot of work.
Yeah.
Now, what are you using around the house? You got one of those knee scooters types of things, or?
Yeah. He has a knee scooter. So
I'm getting pretty good with it, Paul, because you know, back when you was a little kid with the bicycle, having to cut through little spots and stuff like that, you know how to knee the bike around and all of them.
Yeah. Well, when you take too much of your medication and you start going from end to end of the residence there, going wee.
No, I can't actually do that,
Paul, until he hits his foot on something.
No, I can't do that.
You haven't motorized the knee scooter yet, Herman? Tom says, you haven't motorized it yet?
No. That thing, I would be terrified to motorize the thing. Okay, in the kitchen, right, I have, you know, the ceramic tile on the floor. So they have the little, and when that thing, the other day I was standing there with my knee on it, foot on the ground, and it hit that little groove, it rolled into the groove and bounced back. I almost threw the food up in the air trying to catch my balance. No, that's not.
Hey, what's up, Corey? How are you? Hey, Corey, that's YAC. It's a friend of mine. He twisted his ankle last month just getting around without pain. Well, he had reconstructive surgery. He's got 2 pins, a couple of screws, and a lot of sutures.
Yeah,
so
they put two.
I know Herman wish he only twisted his ankle.
Put 2 screws to the back of my
No,
head.
you got to turn the fire down some. On 3. On 3.
In place.
Yeah. So, and maybe a helmet would be in a requirement. Lens capture, the way he was talking about riding around in BJ's today, I just feel sorry for whoever was in front of him. But he's like, yo, I could whip this thing around the store. When I heard him tell his sister, I'll go around, I'm like, oh, he's just dogging it, running through the store.
I'm trying to burn the battery out.
Trying to burn the battery out so they could bring another one to you and you could get on that one while they push that away?
No. So that way, you know, somebody could get one with a full charge.
Oh, so by the time that the person does get on it, they just go,
No, that way they can get one with a full charge.
Do you need my help?
Yeah.
Oh.
My daughter's making chicken quesadillas. My daughter's making chicken quesadillas. Pray for me.
Uh-oh. Lawrence is in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, that didn't sound like a positive yes to me.
He's going to go and cook food that they're cooking for him. Where did he go? Well, it's a good thing she's learning. That way, she'll be able to do it for herself.
Yeah, Yakka 310 just said that he twisted his ankle last month, just getting around without pain now.
Yeah, ankles are not good. You don't realize how much you rely on it when it's until it's hurt.
Yeah.
And actually, what an ankle actually is. I've had the opportunity to see it, or see mine on scans and X-rays and stuff like that, and what they had to do to it.
Well, the human body is really more complex.
Hey, Birdman.
We don't think about it, but it
need
really
to watch a setup video. Not sure if binding is old school or new school. Depending on what protocol you have, Birdman, it's new school. Depending on what protocol you have, Birdman, it's old school. What are you talking about binding?
Yeah, Herman and I are old school. We just push a button and turn it on.
Oh, you got to stick the little thing in there.
Yeah.
Hey, Newfound Drone Productions. How are you, buddy? How's it going? And Corey, how are you as well?
Corey Mano.
Well, that list of passenger drones, that'll answer the question, would you fly a passenger drone? Because I'm going to copy the link again. And instead of showing the drones, they have individual videos. So I don't get a copyright strike like I usually do on my live streams. Check this out at this link here. It's the top 12 passenger drones that they plan on using in the near future, or have a better chance of being used in the future than others.
Well, those are the people who are working.
Right, to make sure that their stuff is in the air.
And Lawrence, does it say in that list how many of those that are on the list are American made? I think it's only the Boeing, isn't it?
Probably.
Believe it or not, you're probably right about that. Hold on a second. If it does say anything about American.
Who's on the list again?
Okay, DCL, we know they're European. Workhorse Surefly. EHang, definitely not.
Yeah.
Boeing, we know that's American. Kitty Hawk Flyer, I don't know where they are from. Founded by Google co-founder Larry Page.
Okay,
Kitty
so
Hawk Flyer, so that's American. Kitty Hawk Cora, Air Taxi VTOL, it doesn't say. Oh, New Zealand. The Volocopter, the flying egg beater, that's German.
Yep.
Uber, vertical takeoff. It's not saying who they have. It's not saying who they have. And City Airbus, passenger drone. Isn't that Amazon or something like that? If I remember you had a list. City Airbus sounds, I think they're Amazon. I'd have to confirm that. Don't quote me on that. But the maiden flight of this aircraft lasted 53 seconds and hovered 16 feet above the ground. Human input required. Okay. Lithium
it has
jet.
to have a pilot then.
Lithium jet, that's number 10. Doesn't say where they are from. So right now we only have 2 American-made drones. Tactical robotics. No, none of these places are most of them are from outside of the United States. But if you want to look at the videos again, if you want to look at them individually and ask yourself, would you fly it?
You know what's funny?
Would you fly in it? And that nonetheless fly it. I would fly it from the ground. Hell yeah, I'd fly any one of them. But hey, Rotor Deal, what's up? Welcome to Sunday nights with those guys.
You know what's funny, Lawrence? When you look at the drone news lately, and over the last year or so, and you look at the drone news that we're talking about tonight, you know what's slowly but surely disappearing?
What?
Even as much as DJI tries the consumer drone.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Kyler, can you plug my phone in, please?
You see all a look towards the future.
And no one's saying anything about consumer drones.
In delivery and in taxi and in
the white,
let's say transportation and then
that
delivery.
Don't work. Plug it in over the microwave.
I know a lot of things in technology trickle down and slide to the side and whatever it may do, and you may take things from other places. Like take these sensors, for instance. You have people right now purchasing consumer drones that drones that are for beginners, and they have sensors on them. Where were the sensors when I was learning?
I'm hip.
You know what I'm saying? The sensors didn't come out until the
last couple of, if you think about it, sensors have only been popular the last 2 to 2.5 years.
Right, but they've been on cars for the longest time.
Yeah, that's true.
Doing the same thing that the drone is doing.
Yeah. And now they're using the sensors to stop the car in either direction, forward or back.
You know?
And now with the sensors, you don't even have to park. There are some cars, if you parallel park next to the parking, it measures the parking spot.
Well, your drone does that.
Then you put it in auto park and it pulls up and parks by itself, all because of those same sensors.
Your drone does that.
Yeah.
Flies back over the home point, pulls up, and parks.
Newfound Drone says that's true, Herman. There are, oh no, don't say that, Geeks Vana, even though I know you're right, makes me sad. Consumer drones of the future will be fully automated, cell phone camera sized.
Yeah.
You won't even fly them.
Stuff that's not going to be really, I mean, it might be fun, but it's no you involvement. You know, like how, okay. Remember the first time you went over a building?
Exhilarating.
Right.
Exhilarating.
The hell with it if it just pops out of your wallet and does it on its own.
I got one better than that. Remember the first time you went outside the boundaries of the park, you learned to fly it. Exhilarating.
I don't know what you're talking
about. Well, I just hope when they do get to the passenger stage that they're not doing power loops into trees and poles, right, Lawrence?
Well, if a couple of props break, they might.
Well, I'll tell you this. If I buy something that's fully autonomous and it power loops into the tree, I want my money back.
Yeah, well, supposedly these drones that are on this list of top 12 start at, give or take, $100,000, but they usually start in a range of $200,000.
But you remember I told you, Lawrence, that Skydio, that thing was going to revolutionize how drones are made.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't me, Phantom Flight 101. Recovery One says.
What, the power looped into the tree?
Yeah, I think so. All I know is the drone game is becoming very scarce. They're thinning the herd. So you true dronies out there? Okay.
You know what?
Call 911. Stop here. No, it tastes good. It tastes okay. It's all right. It's good. It's good. Thank you. Call 911.
Damn, they gotta beat them to say it tastes good.
What is this supposed to be again? Chicken?
That poor girl.
No, Kyla, it is good. She's made it before, so she knows I'm messing with her. But I just have to get her every now and then because that's how they do me. I'd be sitting on the couch. You know how, Herman? Yeah, people in the house. Like you had, did you have company over in the house? And then some people stay, and the person that's sitting here, that person went to sleep. This person's on their phone, and it's as if they're not even there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sometimes I go through that, and I'm sitting on the couch. I'm going to catch a raccoon, Hadley says. But sometimes I'm sitting on the couch minding my business, and then my daughter comes, and she'll come and just start messing with me. So these are the times that I get her back.
Well, I've heard people talk about raccoon quesadillas, so I don't know.
No, raccoon quesadillas. Kyla, Are you making raccoon quesadillas? No. Believe it or not.
One jab, tell them it tastes good.
Yeah.
Despite what they say, raccoon tail isn't all that tough. I wouldn't know.
It's
getting
beaver,
back to what
it's beaver tail that's a little bit chewy.
Is it anything close to that gray shrimp?
Yeah, yeah. Gray fish quesadilla.
Okay, I got one more piece of drone news. I mean, copy, because I'm only going to read brief bits of it, and then you guys could check out. Oh, it's drop time. Come on, let's get it out the way. Sunday Nights with Those Guys is sponsored by those guys. Val would have been proud of you tonight, guys.
Yeah.
You got a shot too?
Yeah, I got to do a shot. Yeah, come on, Lawrence.
All right, here. Don't make it no damn regular thing.
You know what? The summertime. We might as well dedicate the drop to a shot.
Herman.
Yeah.
Now you start drinking and you drive that damn little wheelie through your house. There's gonna be a problem.
We've got to get some more of those moonshine shots.
My house, I can sleep where I want to.
Yeah, this is true. You crash and fall over, you could just stay there and go to sleep. All right. I do have one more bit of drone news here.
Is that right, Paul?
Yeah. A company here in Scotland.
Here in Scotland?
A company I'm thinking and saying something different.
I got you.
A company in Scotland is trying to do some collaboration with delivery drones, and what they're talking about delivery drones is they want to launch them from space and land them down low. I don't know the whole gist of the story, but there's a company called, this project is supported by joint funding initiative between the UK Space Agency and the European Space Agency to support COVID response. Now,
so they're going to send everybody with COVID into outer space?
I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I'm going to put the story and you guys read it. Okay, but it says drone delivery service provider Sky Sports in Scotland has collaborated with technology communications company Vodafone and digital consultants Delete or whatever to deliver medical supplies and samples for the NHS by drone, enabling COVID response efforts. The live flights will take place later this year and will use mobile connectivity and space-based technology.
Okay, that's where the space comes in.
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to be using satellites. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's something similar to what Transport Canada was doing.
Yeah.
With the what they call that spawn or whatever. I believe that's what it was called.
Pretty much. But they claim their stuff will be strictly satellite guided, or at least this is what they claim. In coming months, Skyports will start delivering pathology samples, medicine, essential personnel, protective equipment, PPEs, for COVID testing, test kits between hospitals to and from medical practices in Argyll and Bute, somewhere in Scotland, says the company.
Sri says, land them here in the Holy Land, bro. I need a space drone.
Well, see, this is what's happening. What's happening is when they say space, they just mean really space technology. But from what they're saying is to deliver these medical supplies and PPEs to certain parts in Scotland, it takes 48 hours for them to be transported. This drone will do it in 30 minutes.
Well, that's what I was saying. That's what they were doing with that drone in Canada, with that what we were talking about last week with the with that island resort thing that they have, or some nonsense. They were transporting PPE equipment and stuff like that, and tests.
Well, weren't we talking the other day, Herman and Lawrence, about a new? It's not new, but an Israeli company now is working on passenger drones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, everyone's trying to get into the game.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said.
Lens capture said, well, that's true, lens capture. U.S. military is already controlling their drones via low orbit satellites. Okay, which is not far-fetched. Low orbit satellites are a lot more accurate than the ones that are up there flying around amongst each other. And low orbit satellites can also be positioned strategically in a place and just stay there, where other higher orbiting satellites have to keep moving around or stay fixed on a locked space. No helmet. What?
They said that she get me a helmet.
Herman doesn't need a helmet in his apartment. Rotor deal. I'm in the passenger drone's best way to get me some KFC without getting killed.
Yeah,
Or
see,
COVID.
the KFC there is across the border in the unoccupied area.
Yeah, he's got to go through some.
He can see it, but he can't go get any KFC.
Hey, you know what, Geeks Vano? Let's take a look and see if Starlink. You put Starlink secret mission.
You know what's funny about that, Paul?
What?
If he went over there to get that Kentucky Fried Chicken, and he got, it was probably the best chicken he ever had, as long as he can wait for it. I hope they don't mess it up.
Well, it might be the last chicken he ever had, too.
True. You got a valid point there. You're right about that. Okay. It's funny. Sean mentioned Starlink, and I actually have it bookmarked to track when they will be passing over New York. So I could actually go out, because I live here by the beach, and go out and be able to track. This actual link right here shows Elon Musk Starlink satellite network that he's trying to set up around the world. It actually shows prediction spots where it's going right now. If I zoom in, it's just passing off the outside of Australia. What's cool about this is you can predict passes, which is why I like this page so much. So predicted passes are just pretty much where it's going to be, and you could see it by the naked eye. Visible Sunday, Zara, wherever the hell that is. I don't know. I don't know how to read this chart too well, but supposedly it'll tell you predictedly where you can see it with the naked eye, or it'll be too cloudy or whatever to see these actual satellites. So it's kind of interesting. It's high tech. I like it because you get to see where it's possibly going to travel next, etc. And it's supposedly, when you look up at Starlink, the deal that makes it interesting is you may see a line in the sky or a pattern in the sky, because he's supposed to be building this incredible grid to supposedly cover the United States, but he's getting permission to fly around and over countries around the world until he builds his networks. Every time you hear SpaceX goes up, he's sending up 2 to 3 satellites, sometimes 5 at a time. So when they say they're sending up a satellite for something, every time SpaceX goes up, there's room on that cargo for him to put more satellites up in the air. But follow the story. It's kind of interesting. You're going to start hearing a lot of stories of people seeing boxes or lines in the sky, and that's going to be Starlink floating over coming to a neighborhood near you.
When they're going to start delivering pizzas and stuff like that.
Yeah, just lens capture said what? Zipline has been very effective, both the delivery of equipment and medication, blood. Zipline is also here in the States, Tom. They have some representatives here in the States, and I think they plan on bringing that over here, which is very accurate drop-off system.
Once again, like I said, UPS and Zipline are the only ones so far who have gotten past and over the hump on that first level
of flying beyond the line of sight
right here in the U.S.
See, so I've seen pictures of Zipline working in other countries, but I've seen Zipline, for it to be a plane that does not stop moving. It is a drone that's piloted, but it doesn't stop. It does not stop moving.
It's fixed wing. Yeah.
It's fixed wing. And the cool thing about it is wherever the target is on the map, the pilot just pretty much hits it in auto and it lines up for the drop point and it drops automatically. And then the pilot takes over and flies it back home. So that would be kind of fun. You know, sit back, have a coffee while it lines up, and while it lines up for its drop. You know,
and
you
it's probably got a female voice that says, "Payload dropped."
Well, yeah, men have this power thing where we'd like to hear female voices on our devices. I mean, I don't want to hear a dude. Yo, it's about to drop.
Yeah.
Why does he got to talk like Rocky Balboa?
Rocky Balboa.
Well, I just figured I would add a little to it.
No, I get what you're saying. I mean,
get ready for the package drop.
To an extent, but you know what I think that is?
Huh?
I think women did that.
Oh, so it's a brainwash.
You won't listen to the instructions on how to get to anywhere from your wife.
True.
But you'll listen to her.
It's Jay Santig. It's got Libby's voice, Paul.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I can see.
Your wife will tell you missed your exit, you'll just get pissed.
Mm-hmm.
She'll tell you how to get off at the next exit and loop around and get back around to go where you're going. You listen to her, though.
We had to do that where we flew today. We flew over by the Verrazano Narrows, that Verrazano rest stop, where John usually flies from.
Yeah, I leave them up.
And to get there, we actually had to go past them. We saw them from the highway. We saw them flying, and we had to go past them about 2 miles just to circle back around and go through the neighborhood to come across the highway to come back and ride 3 minutes and be there. And believe it or not, surprisingly, from my house, it was a 30-minute trip.
Okay. You came across the bridge.
What is this? Where I live, you listen to a woman giving directions, you die. That's interesting.
Not on your GPS.
Over in Israel, yeah.
Oh, that's what somebody put. That's what somebody put in the chat. My wife goes, "That's not right."
Yeah, but how does he?
That's a big number, Tom. 40,000 missions is a lot of successful flights.
Svi is in the unoccupied territories.
I know where he is.
Yep. And so all the women there, I don't think they speak unless they're spoken to.
Where is this?
The Arab culture.
Where is this?
Hold on a second.
Outside of Israel,
Well, I'm going to tell you that I do know in some countries, and I'm not going to name them, but in some countries in the Middle East and in Asia, a woman is supposed to walk behind the man.
Yep.
Now, hold on a second.
Lawrence is watching to make sure he doesn't get a head slap.
She said not this woman.
No, hold on a second. That speaking with women not speaking unless you speak to them, I don't buy that. I don't buy it. I don't buy that. That's not going to stop a woman from speaking. Well, you don't speak to her.
Not in our culture, but
I don't care what woman it is. Not speaking to them, speaking. Maybe not to you.
Yeah,
but she's gonna speak.
Yeah, and it doesn't always have to.
Trying to tell a
it
child
doesn't have to be, but it doesn't have to be verbal. Also,
they gotta run around. Kids gotta run around. They gotta get it out. You tell a child to sit still all day, not gonna happen. He might be still in front of you.
Occupied zone. We have red signs all over the place. You don't want to go there by mistake. Well, wrote a deal. I don't know where you're at, but Unless you're colorblind, I would stay away from wherever they had red signs too.
You know,
well, and the other thing too is he's in. Everybody in Israel is a member of the military. So
That's
when they
true.
call
That
up,
is true. Everyone
is
is made a member of the military at some time and point in their life in Israel, which is why you don't see Israeli airlines being hijacked.
Yeah.
Because everybody on a freaking plane could put a knife through your jugular in a few seconds.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, well,
Herman, everybody in Israel has to join the military, and you have to do a certain amount of time. So you figure everyone knows how to shoot a rifle, everyone knows how to shoot a handgun, everyone knows how to take a bullet point pen and stick it right in your neck.
Yeah, and when they call, you go.
Yeah. So,
but Herman, he Svi did agree with you. He says, "Oh, they speak here way too much."
JSK, from what I've seen, as far as zip line, it's mostly hospitals delivering blood samples and or tests. Hey, what's up, Timeless? What were you saying, Herman?
No. He was talking about Rhoda Deal agreeing with what I was saying.
Yeah.
About not being able to stop them from speaking.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. If a woman doesn't have to speak to you verbally to speak to you.
Oh, you're talking about the look.
It's a lot more than just the look, Paul.
Not even the look.
It's a lot more than just the look, Paul.
It's not even the look. It's speaking, period. The sound waves clapping against someone's ear.
Lawrence is getting it from behind the scenes there.
Whether you want it or not.
This is true. This is very, very true. But unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of drone news other than...
Well, Lawrence, supposedly, the 2020...
Symposium?
Yeah,
I was trying to stall with you bringing this out, but...
UASVSI
XYZ TMWA
UAS Symposium
FAA in quotation.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Yes, it is.
Actually took off with no problems from what I understand.
But why am I not seeing videos of people who have attended it virtually or seeing something saying, yo, I wasted my money?
And I haven't had anybody tell me that they attended.
Right.
I listened to someone else who claimed that they were there, and he expressed that it was pretty good. You were able to, no, seriously, you were able to go from different ones of the assembly because it was
venues
recorded.
Yeah.
So you won't miss anything.
Well, from what I did hear, a lot of people paid for it and weren't able to access it. And,
really?
And yes, on the YouTube video you sent me before the live stream, where we get our drone news from.
Right.
They were saying that people did. The guy who does the news, he did attend the symposium virtually and it went flawlessly because he felt he had to in case anyone asked him any questions, because he does drone news. But he said a lot of people were disappointed because they tried to log in and there was an issue with them logging in, or they were getting cut off. The connections were getting cut. Now, I don't know if that has to do with the individual person's internet speed or what was going on, whether they got hit with but I don't see a bunch of people, alarming people, talking about this symposium, and that scares me, because now that means, all right, if we charge $500 for people to hear what we're going to tell them what we're doing anyway, the other people don't care. You understand what I'm saying?
That's the way they would look at it, but there has to be some reason why they had such a price for people to attend this thing virtually. Like I said, they had different things, and people, like they say, were able to ask these different questions and stuff like that. But my whole thing is, if you've gone through it already and it's all recorded, you can always go back. So now you can't ask questions now.
Yeah. Therein does lie the problem.
Be happening at that time.
See, Paul, that's why you're behind us up at 3 a.m, because you sleep on our show.
Yeah.
Well, is that why he's up at 3 a.m.? Or is that why he sleeps on our shows? He's up at 3 a.m.
Yeah, that's what I was messing with him, but yeah.
Well, I don't have any ships to edit.
Well, that's because you caught every damn thing coming through there for the next 6 months.
The lake is dry.
Oh my.
The river ran
I
dry.
feel so Paul doesn't know what to do with himself. Now he's twiddling his thumbs, trying to. Now you got to go back to shopping on Amazon, right?
Oh, there's a thought. Yeah.
You edit some skunk videos.
Yeah, right. Listen, Ray's coming in. He's coming in. All
Hey,
right, sitting
Ray.
outside. You gotta give him a second while it says connecting the audio. I noticed anything before that. What's up, Ray?
What's up, fellas?
Good, man.
Hey, Ray.
Nothing, man. See you sitting outside catching some air.
Yeah.
About to go up in the air once it's over with, a little bit.
Oh, all right. I have to.
Not bad.
I have to go flying tomorrow because all the footage I got today was wasted.
Oh, what? Too bright?
Listening to damn YouTube. Listening to damn YouTubers. Yeah, too bright.
You got him.
Listening.
These last couple of days been a serious filter day,
Well,
or shutter controls.
I found a spot where I can get some ND filters for my GoPro. So that's what the deal is.
Herm, why you got that look, Herm?
No, I'm reading the chat.
So what's good,
so you
man?
had a whole day of wasted
FAA
flight,
UAS symposium in 2 weeks. Yes, in August they're supposed to have the next 2 series. There was a series of 4. Right. Those 2 have just passed, and then August 2. They have 2 back to back.
Episode 2 is in August.
Yeah. Now I would be interested to see before episode 2 what the numbers were of the symposium and how many attended, because I don't see any great numbers at the prices that they were asking.
I don't know what to tell you. You know what? Go to Airworks.
Airworks?
Yeah.
Why?
It's cheaper.
When is that in August?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Airworks is in August.
And is it going to be virtual too?
Yes, it is.
Fuck you again?
Yeah, everything's going to be virtual.
Yeah.
We're not having a Labor Day parade. We're not having the marathon this year. There's a lot of stuff that's just going to be put on hold.
What? We're not having that. Might be a good thing this year, not having that parade.
Yeah, you know what? I said that once I heard that, because every year, no matter how many police they have, what they do, you hear 4 or 5 people got shot, and I don't understand it, because the way the police line the rooftops like dominoes, and once the parade start, nobody's looking up at the police. They have helicopters, detectives, and still people, like 4 or 5 shootings on a regular. It's starting at Juve, which is up until midnight the night before.
Clean up, bro.
That's when it starts. Yep.
And then between Juve and the Labor Day parade, when people are taking their asses home, there's more shootings. And then when the Labor Day parade starts, there's usually 1 or 2 also.
This was going to be one of those years. I thought they were going to probably put the no-fly zone, because last year they were like about 10 different drone crashes out there.
Well, they already announced that they're not having it this year.
No, I know. I'm just saying, yeah, but they was going to put the bubble around it. Like no drones around the parades.
Right back.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, well, it Airworks, it was $35 on July 9th, and it's now $100. Thanks, Tom.
Airworks, I told you the other day, the 8th was the last day for you to catch the early bird special.
Yes. Tom, did you attend the symposium? Did you, or do you know anyone that actually paid to watch the symposium? Because my issue is with all these drone pilots here in the United States and all these YouTubers and Instagrammers and tweeters and, TikTokians, I have not seen nothing about the symposium. Who's seen it? I did see a video on one guy who saw it. That's on 25th, the 25th to the 28th, the 25th and 28th.
Yeah, that's for Airworks.
Okay.
I was about to say it, but when you were finished, but
oh, you didn't pay. You had 2 members attend it. Okay. All right. So you get the skinny from inside.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's up. So where you going to fly, Ray? Don't say nothing because someone will be there before you get off the show.
Exactly. You know how we do, the incognito.
Ray, you got to put the signs up. I got you.
Yeah, right.
That's how you
sound like.
They'll be there flying when you get
to Hoyt Street.
Or packing up.
Exactly, yeah. Or when I finish and packing up, then tell where I was at.
That's how you got to do it, though. It's a shame that you have to do that. But if I were to announce that I was flying somewhere, whether it be camera, drone, or FPV, in 3 days, I can guarantee you tomorrow or the day after, someone would be there. I can guarantee it.
Remember when you could post something like, who's down for Central Park? And see how many people you get to up on that.
Put a ping in everything.
Hey, above and beyond. How are you? Yeah, for real. But they use an aeroscope more around Manhattan though. Them dudes, them FPV dudes aren't diving them buildings no more. And that drone, FYI, that drone that was lost over the yard over there where with Courtney Darlington, that FPV drone that went down where Courtney Darlington was, that was no cheap frame. That frame was $100-something frame, which meant the person who was flying it knew what they were building, because there's a saying in FPV, if you're going to fly over water, you don't use a $35 board to do it. You use a $100 board. Okay. And they were flying over. Hey, little man. They were flying over. This person was flying over a train yard where each rail has 600 volts in it. The cars have electricity. So to be able to fly through a magnetic field like that, you need some real equipment. I'm a noob to FPV, and I can tell you, I wouldn't even attempt something like that. So whoever did it must have knew what they were doing just to be able to lose their bird in there. Because I know some FPV guys who have birds that as soon as you clear the electrical fence, that shit's dropping out the sky.
Well, they never went to recover it because they were waiting for them, like Courtney said.
Oh yeah, you'd be a fool and do like that tourist did last year, crash into the 55th floor of the skyscraper on Sunday or Saturday and go in there on Monday and say, "Hi, I'd like to pay for the window that I broke." They was like, "Sure, come on upstairs." Like he went upstairs. The police was waiting for him. Like
the window's a $50 window.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or $200 window.
Exactly.
First of all,
I'm surprised they broke it.
You know what? I'm surprised he broke it too. Which means, and I know DJI drones aren't that heavy, but they're not that light either. So he had to be moving in sports mode, because I seen people hit skyscraper windows with chairs with wheels, with metal pipes. That shit, it doesn't break like that, especially from the outside, because skyscrapers have to be able to handle that wind.
Birds flying into them.
Hail, which is a lot bigger up there than it is before,
Wow.
So for him to break that window at 55 stories up, and then now he did the honorable thing. He did do the honorable thing and go and try and pay for it. But if you thought you were coming to New York and we're going to cause damage and get away with it.
So the guy with the FPV, he tried to pay for it?
No. There was a guy last year, a tourist that came to New York.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
And he saw that you could fly drones in New York. It wasn't true, but he took off in Manhattan and he crashed his drone through a window on a 55-story skyscraper. Well, it hit the 55th floor. I don't even know the height of the skyscraper, but it hit the 55th floor
damn YouTube
and broke the window and went inside. So now he did it on a Saturday or Sunday, and that Monday, because you know, office buildings, you got cleaning crews, they come in 4, 5, 6 in the morning. So whoever got there saw the drone in a broken window, and he came in on Monday and said, I would like to pay for the window and collect my drone. And they was like, okay, you can go up to the 55th floor to so-and-so office. And when he got up there, the police were waiting for him and whatever other agencies were filling out paperwork.
Well, you know,
so whether he went or not, they would have found out who it was. You know that.
He watching too many YouTube videos. Them guys flying in New York City.
They wildin'.
That's what it is, Herman. You're right. Because you have guys like Drone Fanatic, who, by the way, is a 107 pilot. And applies for waivers.
I'm just saying.
To fly in Manhattan. People see that footage, though, and they figure I could fly 1,200 feet. 800 feet. They think that because they see these videos, but they don't know nothing about a 107 pilot and or whether that's a legal flight or not.
You damn guys, you guys flying in New York is just ruining it for everybody.
You locals here in New York, right, are ruining it for everybody else.
Yeah, he causing these guys to come into town and ruin it for us locals.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got a question. Is Elliot still flying?
No,
God,
no. Elliot went through about 3 or 4 drones in a series of 6 months, 6 to 8 months, and was out the game. He came in like a storm and went out like a storm.
When I met Elliot, he had a
oh no,
he had the X-Star Premium, was it? Yeah, he had the X-Star Premium. He had a what I think was a Phantom 3 Professional before that.
Okay.
I don't know what.
So on top of the 4 that he lost, he had 2 before that.
And then he revolutionized. He's the reason for the V2.
That's messed up.
Yes. Here's the reason for V2. DJI said those Phantom guys must need better reception because this guy's done gone through like a whole lifetime of them.
Yeah, signal and crashing and.
But
well, I can't say some of the spots where he's lost drones, but
I don't know. I don't know if
Paul, you ever fly with somebody that was just nervous?
He hit a power line.
They were cool when they talk to you, and just the way I'm talking to you, and then just before flying, they're like shaking like this. That's how his adrenaline was going. He would be setting up his radio and putting everything together,
getting it off the ground.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
Dragging him, huh?
He's probably had so many of those incidents that it probably is probably messing with him till he gets the confidence of that bird. Feels comfortable with that bird again.
Well, and the other thing too is maybe if
like
there's
a
drone incident, the police look at each other and say, "Where's Elliot today?"
Should call right there.
Hey, lens capture. Tom says they already tried. Some knucklehead already tried to film the Black Lives Matter mural on Fifth Avenue. You idiot! In the middle of a no-fly zone. The Trump Tower is a no-fly zone.
Right.
Since 2017.
Listen, I could tell you they have aeroscope in that building running 24/7. Okay.
Somebody did it.
Just the fact that someone would try to
get did he do it? Did he do it or he didn't do it?
No, I don't think it was successful. It wasn't successful, right, Tom? Tom, can you confirm whether it was I can tell you off the top of my head, it should not have been a successful flight.
But that's why
the drone's not even going to start.
That Central Park thing down to 34th Street, down Fifth Avenue, seemed a little crazy to me because that's right through there.
Well,
5 miles.
And what you're talking, Herman, you're probably talking about the group of people that
Yeah.
I had mentioned to you. No, they started on 59th Street.
Right
And
there in the heart of what I'm talking about.
Right, and walked downtown to 42nd Street, possibly 34th, because I did see
Fifth
pictures.
Avenue, right?
I did see, yeah.
That's
right through the no-fly zone, right through the no-fly zone. And
that shit is the end of the park.
See you later.
Yeah, it is. It is. You're right. But they did it successfully, walking past the police with remotes in their hand and everything. And I'm like, if I did that, they would have caught me as soon as I started the props. Why? Just some people get away with stuff, and there are no repercussions.
Well,
a non-DJI, and they still Tom says they were a non-DJI drone, and they still got caught. They still caught it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can detect all of those things now.
Yeah, but the drone, if he's updated with the software, it won't even start. It'll tell you can't take off.
Right. I've seen them twice by accident.
As long as you don't download the safety database.
Yeah. Well, from what I understand, and I just saw this recently on Facebook, any new DJI drone that you get, it's not asking you for a FlySafe database because it's in the firmware already.
Well, you've only seen drones released. I haven't seen anything released on the what do you call it there? Damn, what the hell is the name? The Go 4 app. When was the last time you seen a drone released on the Go 4 app?
True. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, and if they stop
and Mavic on a Go 4 app, you still got to download the safety database.
Mm-hmm.
And it requires you to update it periodically. Yep.
They would have beat you up if you did that. Like, you damn right about that, Matt. Beat me up. I would have put the props on. They would have tackled me, tased me, and hog-tied me. You would have saw me on the news.
As the drone drifted downtown on its own.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have got off the ground. I wouldn't have got off the ground. But could you imagine you get tackled and tased and your drone is on course lock? It's on course
right
back.
And, following you right back. The cops gonna follow you right back. Course lock coming straight back.
Sit down.
No chaser.
They got Lawrence on the ground.
I have to make this statement for something that was put in the chat. The views and opinions that are heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the chat and on the panel tonight.
Yeah,
okay, Matt, you're covered.
Yes, Sam. They finally get Lawrence all tied up, handcuffs behind his back. He laying on his stomach.
And then I see the drone landing like this.
The drone is landing like 3 feet away from him. Right.
Catching it all on film, right? Live. While my face is being pushed into the concrete. While I'm laying like this and still twitching from the tase.
Right. I'm landing my drone. I don't care what you do. I'm landing my drone.
Right. And a lot of people don't notice. But you do not want to be tased by a cop because they design the harpoons so that if you do rip it out, you're going to leave a 1-inch hole in because the barbs go in and they open up like they do with the whales and stuff like
harpoon,
that. Yeah, like a harpoon. So every time someone gets tased, they have to take them to the ER to have to take them surgically removed before they can take you to jail. So FYI, those of you who have never been tased before, you don't want to try it. Hey, what's up, Logan Carpenter? Matt said, thanks for the disclaimer. Or pepper spray. Well, I've never had pepper spray. I've smelled it in the air.
Yo, you know what?
And it's just the smell alone to make you go like this. So I can imagine getting that shit in your eyes.
You know what's funny about that, Lawrence? Pepper spray. I remember they had an incident at the gym. And the cops got involved. Well, it was an incident with the cops, actually.
Uh-huh.
This girl, she was on the treadmill. So checking out the whole thing, I see the cops coming in. And they coming my way. I'm like, where the fuck the cops? And they come with the manager. I'm like, here comes the cops. What the hell do they want? And they coming this way. And they walk up to the girl that was there next to me. And they start talking to her. And the cop goes and he asks her to shut off her treadmill. And she was like, I'm exercising. So
in the gym?
Yeah. So they're talking to her. And cop reaches up and he hits the stop button to stop her exercise. I turned around just in time to see her catch homeboy in the snot box. Wow!
She punched him?
She caught him right in the snot box. Wow. Boom! He reached for his nose and his partner tried to grab her. She punched him and the partner, now he grabs her again and homeboy, now he's still holding his nose and all he did was reach for his pepper spray and start spraying her and his partner.
That's messed up.
You talk about pepper spray in the air like my man was trying to make salad. He had this drink. He had it everywhere. I'm like, wow. Too bad I didn't have the phone out because this is YouTube material.
That's messed up.
Now, here's what I reach for.
Nah, the girl hit him so hard. My boy backed up. Now, if it was a dude that had hit him, he'd have been finished.
Wow.
Because he buckled up, boy, and grabbed his
when he grabbed his nose. She knew how to shatter that nose. That's what she knew.
She cracked him right in the nose.
Aren't you heard about that thing going off in your pocket or something?
Little tiny girl.
Yeah. Aren't you worried about it?
I did that once. I had it in my coat pocket and I was fumbling around with the car keys and it ended up against the car. Like
no. You don't put keys and
you don't put no metal near that, yo. I guess you don't do that no more, huh?
Nope.
No keys, coins, and batteries in that pocket.
Hey, Paul, the Big Matt says that would make you lose your bowels.
No. It almost makes you lose your mind because everything just kind of goes like stops, you know?
Wow. Losing his bowels.
It took a while for me to come to enough to stop laying on the car, you know?
Damn. That's almost worse than eating them gray shrimp, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Or them fish sticks or what it was.
Gray shrimp, that was good, though.
I'm not going to eat the whole thing.
The hand taser was not so good.
Cut one in half.
Now, Paul, like,
yeah, that's what it was.
Cut it, please.
People and the person I was with looked at me and they said, "Everybody's watching you."
Live on Candy camera, huh?
Yeah, and because once you hit it, your muscles, and so it just kept going.
So it was feeling right there.
Hey, Robert, sent you an invite, Robert.
Oh, Joe.
Hey,
RC, how are you? RC from the UK. Welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. Big Matt put 2 piles of poop on the screen ball. Let you know you get tased the wrong way, you will shit on yourself.
Well, that's one of the reasons they call them tube socks. When it runs downhill, it catches it, you know?
Hill.
Whoa.
Right behind the knee.
Yeah.
Runs right into that.
I'm scared you guys would know this.
And down into the sock.
Yep.
I haven't worn socks past my ankles in like 1,000 years.
I'm afraid to unless it's winter. Unless it's winter and I got them wrapped up around the long john bottoms.
Well, Lenny's always yelling at me. I go out in winter and everything, and I don't have any socks on, you know?
Well, Paul, that's because you're the governor.
Yeah, the governor.
That's because I'm an old guy, and it's hard to bend over.
I have something to cut it. I don't know.
Don't you do? You sit down and put your foot up.
Yeah. Boy, look at him. He's got a buffet going there.
Yeah, I know.
Lawrence does.
Head start on dinner.
Yeah.
Now, what'd you
Oh,
have?
well,
Lawrence?
it
What
was
do
a
you call it?
quesadilla. She threw a quesadilla at me. I just happened to catch it. Because these are my, these are,
You gave me some, remember? The flowers.
oh. I have to take care of these because I use this for FPV.
It's not gonna cut it.
Be careful. That plastic will cut the shit out of you. Here, take it. I don't want to hear nothing about it. I need a Band-Aid. See now, I got to end the show, guys. Got to run to ER.
So just put
All
some
right.
pressure on it. We'll be finished in like 5 minutes.
Paul, what are you going to talk about on your stream tomorrow? Huh?
What am I going to do? What?
Talk about on your stream tomorrow.
Well, hopefully, maybe dead skunks. I don't know. It's Ray. I don't know if you heard, but I captured the skunks on camera again last.
Hey, he got a mama, a papa, and about 3 or 4 little ones.
In the cage?
No,
No,
around his neighborhood like
they're roaming around on my driveway.
They roaming
I
around
remember you
his
said you
neighborhood.
had that issue with your dog with the skunk smell.
Hey,
and all
Paul.
that, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Ray, his dog don't go out after twilight.
No, even before that. No.
Okay. Wow.
It's still light out, and I say, "Come on, me, let's go out." She just sits there and looks at me. No way, I'm not going.
Nah, she said, that's funky out there.
Yeah.
You watched them, caught them on the camera, huh?
Too many wild animals.
Wow, bro. That's serious.
And what's funny is skunks are known to travel. The fact that they're bringing out kids means they're feeding everybody. Everybody's eating out tonight.
Oh, yeah, they good money. Yeah, everybody good money.
It looked like a skunk reunion. I mean, there was.
Well, they looked quite comfortable running around out there. They were moving slow.
Ray, there was cars driving by. They didn't even look up.
Like they don't.
Wow, they comfortable. Like, yeah, like what? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, mama, pop, and a children.
Stevie Captures Life Connection said that one skunk called his crew. They moved in. Yo, I got the dog. We ain't got to worry about him no more. We run this. And if we see the round one coming towards us, his owner, we got him too.
Yeah.
They'll just move Paul around. Put it where they
see him now. Line up around Paul on all 4 sides and gas him.
Either give us some food.
Mm-hmm.
Once that's happened,
if you don't open your fridge,
not letting Paul back in the house.
If you don't open, yeah, right. Mia's locking the doors, the windows, cutting off the cameras so she can't see you swimming around in the dirt.
Fred Flintstone. Paul can be banging on the door.
Look, Paul, I seriously hope you catch them because even though they're territorial, that family will eventually grow.
Oh, big time. Skunks can have 2 litters a year.
This is what I'm saying. And as the big ones are starting their own families, they will notice as a skunk safe zone if you don't clear it out.
You know what, Paul? I'm serious. You got to load up that pellet gun.
I got it by the door.
Paul, you load up the pellet gun with the little dart at the tip of it. You know, they have the pellets, then they have the little dart. And seriously, while they're all out there, you have to take Mikey out. You take Mikey out, they'll go, Mikey, what happened? And they'll run because they don't want it to happen to them. But if long as you, whatever they're eating over there, they're eating lovely if they're bringing the whole damn family out. Seriously.
Too much for one of them, yeah. Come share that.
Because if you remember, Mia only encountered that one. And then after that one sprayed Mia, they just moved right on in.
But why are they, what is in the yard for them to eat, Paul?
The fresh grass. If you see that little patch of grass, if you want to show it, Paul.
Right, I get where they're hanging out.
But fresh, the skunks are similar to deer. They like those fresh grass sprouts that only grow overnight. That's why deer be out there 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Those little grass sprouts that come up to try and get sunlight for in the day. Supposedly deer. I didn't know skunk do, but obviously they do.
Now,
Check
what
this
time
out,
is
Ray.
this? This is 10 something at night, though.
Uh-huh.
Ray, can you see this? This is at
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
2208.
Okay.
Whole
Wow.
damn. It's a whole damn family, right?
Yeah, there's like 4 of them, 5.
But one comes
two,
from
three,
under the
four,
book.
five,
There's
and
4.
there's another one underneath the ramp. He'll come out in a minute.
Right. He'll come out from under the ramp pretty soon.
But see, one went under, another one comes out from over here. Then the other ones come out. See, there.
It's time for you to wire up the bottom of that ramp to the legs.
Now you gotta catch those babies.
Stop them from going underneath.
I'm telling you, you take
They're
out
ruining the
Mikey.
house, man.
You
They
take
like-
out
they almost
Mikey
like-
with one of those pellets. They see him drop, they're gonna scatter.
At least
especially when they come.
At least you'd be able to see which way home is.
Yeah.
And it's from right where they are. It's only 20 feet to the road, and the cars going
Captures
by.
Life Connection says squad up. He's got pictures of skunks. He's saying the skunk squad up on you.
Yeah, but if you shoot one, Paul, at least you'd be able to see the direction of home.
Right, because the others are going to scatter. They're going to run home once they see Mikey drop.
What happens if you go around that side?
See, they're on the other side of the driveway now.
See, look, now there's one's coming from under the fence now, and that's a grown one.
Yeah,
that's
look at the size of that sucker.
That's the one that when he spray you,
leave home.
That's the one when he spray you, Paul. He let you run 5 feet. You think you got away, and he go.
Wow, that's serious stuff.
Yeah,
they living under there.
That's what I thought, and I had the trapper went and looked underneath there, but he said I don't think so. But that ramp goes right down into the dirt down there.
So, and you're thinking that the hole is maybe under that ramp?
Yeah,
at the edge
they got
ramp?
a burrow because it's nothing but but dirt underneath there.
You need a camera on the street side, Paul.
Yeah, you do need one at the end of that house, and you could tell whether they go under there and don't come out, or they go down along the side of the house like you suspect.
I would agree.
See, but I believe. You see where he just went in there?
Yep.
Next one on it, there's a hole there that they're going in there.
Right. Right, because it doesn't look like they're going fully under. If you look at the edge, oh, there it is. Stop. Pause it.
Right
there.
There's your hole.
If you look by Paul, there's a leg right by that leg where they're coming out. It looks like they're coming out of a hole right there. At least that's what it looks like on this
the third leg from the front of the ramp.
Yep, the third leg. You see, you play it back, the full body comes out, and another one. It looks like they're squeezing. See where that post is? I bet you there's a hole around that post on the inside. Wait, see how he comes out? Now watch one come out right next to him.
Slip out.
From the same area. And he's squeezing from under something, Paul.
Yeah.
You need to check that post and see if there's a hole by that post. That third post.
Go right there.
You just said the guy said it was there, though, right?
Yeah. Because right along here, it's only like an inch or two above the ground.
Right, but we see them right here messing around.
If you move the mouse over the third pole, they're coming from
right
behind, right there. They're coming from right there behind that pole.
Look at the size of that sucker.
You could gas them out right there, Paul.
I'm telling you, see how Mikey's strolling around by himself? If they see him drop, they out.
You know, he's down in that little ditch.
Now look, they're running back to the third pole. They ran back to the third pole.
Yeah.
Now
here comes another one.
There you go. Yeah, hold on. So Paul, where did that last one just go? He went in there. Could that be the one coming out? Did he travel that way?
No, maybe. Because it doesn't look as big. It's big, but not as big as the other one.
Yeah. So where the hell did they go then?
They're going underneath there somewhere.
Yeah.
One,
it went
two,
to that fifth pole
3,
and
4.
then come back out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All I can say is, Paul, above and beyond says they do damage. What's up, Fly? What's up, Roosevelt? How are you, Fly Natural?
They're having fun.
Right now, Mia's looking out the window with binoculars saying they're going to be here soon.
Yeah. Well, she puts on her night vision scope at nighttime.
Who, Mia?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a whole family and some, and they very comfortable where they at.
Now where are they going over there?
Yeah,
Here.
what's on that side? What's on that side, Paul? The right side of the
Share it
driveway.
again.
What's the right side of the driveway?
Screen share.
Yeah, see where they're going now?
See, they're going right over here is the bird feeder with a whole bunch.
Oh, so they're eating the seeds from the bird feeder.
Yeah. And
They're finding the seeds that the birds drop. So see right there, that's a food source for the family. Those seeds.
You know how to stop that, right?
Move
yeah,
the
get rid of the
feeder.
bird feeder.
Yeah.
No. Add pepper flakes to your bird seed.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Yeah, the birds can eat it, but rodents can't. Rodents, skunks, squirrels, rats, and stuff like that, they can't eat that.
Really?
But
That's
this one's like,
just like
this
it
one's
does yours.
frolicking in the freaking grass over there in a bright light. Don't even care.
You want to piss the skunks off? Put pepper flakes in the bird feed.
See, and the other ones are watching this guy.
Right,
it's
but
like,
they're not staying.
It's like they're a
this,
family.
But this is why I said they're not far. They're not far from their home because the little ones are staying close to that railing.
Yep, right on.
You understand? And if you look, stop, pause it. If you could pause it, right there at the third pole, you see one trying to squeeze out from under something. You said there's a 1-inch lip there?
Well, see this? This is 2x6. Goes all the way down like that.
Right, so they're coming from under that 2x6.
These the legs that come down from the railing.
4x4.
They go straight into the dirt.
Yep.
Now, right underneath that, you see there's like well, if you come right below the walkway of the deck, what is that?
He said it's a 6 by something beam. It's
2x6 beams going the full length.
So they're crawling from under that beam. So when you see them squeezing out, they're coming. There's a burrow somewhere by that third hole, by that third leg.
Telling you, Paul, gas them out, man.
In a few minutes, I'm on my phone with Sabrina.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'll mute you, Ray.
All right.
I got you.
Yep. So they're having a good old time.
Having a good old time. You're feeding them bird seed. They probably got a water supply nearby.
Mm-hmm. But Paul, you just said the guy said he didn't think they were under there. So did he really look under there and see?
Well, he got down on one knee and looked up underneath there, and he said, "No, I don't think they're under there, but I think they are."
Yeah, Paul, have him or you go out there, look by that third beam. As Herman's probably right. There's probably a hole, a burrow hole that goes under that third beam somewhere.
Yeah.
Because they all seem to go in that way and come out that way.
That easy.
Even the little ones are going in and out, coming out that way. And if a big one,
the rats do the same thing.
Well, the other thing I probably might do would be to either put chicken wire along the bottom there and bury it in there, or put that lattice work, the real tight plastic white lattice work along there.
Paul, can I say something?
Chicken wire.
Can I say something, Paul?
Sure.
Now you're starting to sound like number 45. If you put a wall, they can still burrow under it.
Put the chicken
wire. Unless you're going to put that chicken wire down about 2 or 3 feet, they can still get under it. So that's just food for thought.
Yeah, but now they would have to dig.
Yes.
And they'll expose themselves that way.
And they would have to make a bigger hole.
Chicken wire, that thing.
But also, here's the other thing. They're only doing that because that bird feed is there. That's why they're doing it.
That's a food source for them.
Yeah. So get rid of the bird fooder.
Put pepper flakes, red pepper flakes, like Herman said. The birds can eat it, but
the bird seed.
Rodents can't. They can't stand the pepper. It's too hot.
Can the skunk climb the tree?
I don't. Somebody on here.
I don't know.
On one of them said that they. I think it was Carpenter Rick. He lives up in Canada, and he's got a dog that just loves to hunt everything from bears to skunks to everything, raccoons. He said that he went out there to find his dog one day, and his dog was sitting out there howling, and he had a skunk treat. It's like, skunk treat? He says, yeah, they can go up a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Well, think about it. They do have claws to dig with.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They are the rodent species. You know, every other rodent can
No,
dig.
I only
Why
asked
can't
because
they?
I was about thinking about putting the bird feet higher, but if they can climb trees, it ain't gonna make no difference.
But
Like
no,
Herman said, put the
put the
flakes in there.
red pepper flake in it, and that'll kill that. The birds can eat it. It'll pass through the birds too. So whatever drops on the ground that they're eating, or pepper flakes and or seeds, it'll be a while before they stop eating.
Well, see, my thought is I need to probably either kill them or trap them, because if all I do
What's up, Stay Fly FPV?
if I deter them, they'll find another place on the other side of the house or somewhere in the area where they'll still be around.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because they funked it up already around the place. They done pooped around there. They done sprayed around there. They done made it their crib, you know?
Well, I would set the traps, but I would have to, if I was you, I would get that pellet gun and make an example of one of them in front of their family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
But then flip up.
The views and opinions that are heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the panel and or in the chat.
Once they see one of their family members flip up in the air.
Well, Ray, it was
Johnny ain't moving.
It was a little over a year ago. The same trapper came out and trapped 5 of them out from underneath my garage office.
Skunks?
Skunks.
So your crib is a skunk crib. And that's a whole new family. This family probably just trying to mark the territory over the old family. Yeah,
either that or it took them that long to walk back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You gotta like Herman said, you gotta make an example.
Listen, we got to get out of here, guys. It's 7 p.m. Val's Life is on. Don't forget to check out Paul tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yep. Phantom Flight 101, Wednesday nights at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Sunday nights with those guys is sponsored by those guys. And
like
the skunks.
Head on over to Val.
And the skunks.
And the skunks.
Check Val out.
You guys have a great evening. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chats. We'll be back next weekend, same time. Bill Murray knows how to get rid of them skunks for sure. Okay, I almost forgot.